Hi neighbors, welcome back to another video of Cooking with Neighbors. It is I, Jerri-ellen, and in today's video we're going to be making some Boston baked beans in the crock pot. So I'm going to show you here. I have just get like some small white beans, navy beans is what I have here, and I'm using 450 grams ish, so like a pound. And I left them soaking overnight in some water on my counter here. I'm just going to turn off this for a second. And if you don't want or don't want to wait to like overnight soak or whatever, you can put them in water, you know, a few inches above the amount of beans. Put them on the stove, bring them to a boil, then turn it off, remove from the heat, and let sit for an hour or two, and then you can get started. I like soaking my beans just because I find it easier on my belly. Anywho, yes. Now, see all the floaty bits? That's just like some of the looser skin of the bean coming off. We discard that and go through when you're straining it. Make sure there's no little stones. All the stuff that floats to the top you just get rid of. You make sure there's no little stones and no burnt or blackened or rotten beans. So yeah, see, that one is no good. It's kind of squishy and you get rid of it. So I'm going to strain those. Okay, there were a few black ones in there, or dark brown. Oopsie daisy, gotta get a new wooden spoon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, of course, I said we're cooking in a slow cooker, so I'm gonna put my beans in the slow cooker. Okay, I'm going to add, I had 6 slices of bacon. I partly cooked them. You don't have to, you can just put them in chopped up. I cut them up and just slightly fried them in a pan. And I'm going to use the drippings as well. Two teaspoons of onion powder. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Okay. 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. 1/4 cup of molasses. I have a medium diced onion. 2 teaspoons of mustard powder. 2 good teaspoons. I sometimes have, well, I thought I had it. I sometimes have, what do you call it? Pork broth, like the oxy cubes. But you can use water. You can use like a ham broth, or you can use beef broth. I'm using beef broth. 3.5 cups. 3.5, Jerry, wake up here. Okay, 3.5. Also, I like to put in a little bit of ground clove. I'm gonna trip over doggy there. But I don't have ground clove, but I have whole clove, so I put 3 of them in there. I don't want a piece of it. 1/8 teaspoon of ground clove. And give that a mix. I'm gonna put some pepper. You don't have to cook your bacon at all. Like, it's just chop it up small. It's gonna just add in the flavor. So I'm gonna get my cover. And I like to add a few dashes, not very much because it's pretty strong, but smell. See? Liquid smoke. Like 4 or 5 drops of that. This is better than heating up the house because this takes a while. I like making my baked beans like slowly, like in the oven, or slowly, like with the barbecue turned down low or whatever. But it's like 1,000,000 degrees outside, and yeah, and I don't want to heat up the house with the oven on. Also, neighbors, if you had like a ham hock and you just wanted to cook your beans with the ham hock, and that like a smoked ham hock, that would have like I do that often. This is a very easy Boston baked bean. But if you have a smoked ham hock and you want to slow cook that with the beans instead of putting the liquid smoke and bacon in, do that. And then when that's when it's done, you take the ham hock out, take all the meat off, and you can add that back into the beans, and it's very delicious. This is your everyday kind of Boston baked bean, okay? All right, neighbors, doing like a few videos here today, so yeah, hope I don't get confused. Anywho, this has been going for 4 hours on high. You can do like 6, 7 on low. It's all ready. The beans are really soft and stuff now. It will thicken as it sits there. I'm going to leave the cover off to let it cool and thicken. And we're doing tasty poo though. Let's do this. Okay, Harrietta. She smells the bacon inside the beans, I think. Smells good. Excuse me. Honestly, I think even 3.5 hours on high, depending on your slow cooker. Because these were for sure done a half hour ago. Easy way of doing it. That was quick and easy to put together. And then you just turn it on and you walk away. Come back 3.5 hours later if you're cooking it on high and turn it off. I hope that everyone enjoys their Canada Day long weekend and their July 4th long weekend. I wish you all a happy 4th of July and a happy Canada Day. If you want, take something to a barbecue, make these beans. Take them. They're really good. I'm thinking other people think that too. Anyway, peace, love, God bless. I'll come back again. Bye.